Okay, I'm back again, kind of checking out my configuration of my hose. I put my kettles up here. You can see my two shiny 15-gallon Blickmans and my 10-gallon from my previous setup. I actually have 3 of those guys, so this is going to be my configuration for 10-gallon batches, and then I've got 3 of the 5-gallon, the 10-gallon sizes for 5-gallon batches, which will be what I use for new stuff, and probably my higher gravity beers, things like that. So anyway, went over to the brew shop today. Got a couple of recipes together. I'm brewing a Hefeweizen with a 380 and a 300 yeast. I'm going to basically do 10-gallon batch and then split it and put 2 different yeasts in it, which is something I've been wanting to do. And I've also got an IPA I'm brewing 10 gallons of on Saturday. So anyway, what I thought I would do today is just kind of spend a little time. I pulled out all my hoses. I like these quick disconnects. I have a lot of them from my old setup, and every one of my kettles has one of these guys on it, and these things are fantastic. I've brewed about 40 batches with these connectors and this silicone tubing, and it works really, really well. Easy to clean. Anyway, so new setup. I wanted to check my hose lengths. Like this guy seems a bit long. I'm probably going to trim him up a bit. And I've got 2 pumps now, so I wanted to make sure that if I happen to be whirlpooling this batch and getting ready to dough in with another batch, that I had enough hose to make that happen. And it seems like I'm short one. I really need a hose to come from the bottom of that pump into this whirlpool port, and also use it to recirculate on my mash tun. So anyway, went to Brew Hardware. Bobby M had somebody machine these fittings. These things are great. What they allow you to do, I mean, you can see the size of that guy. It basically is a super high flow connector. I've done this in the past with street L's that I grind down on a grinder so I can get the hose over the end of it. And pretty much, if you look at all these, that's how they're done. And they work fine. It takes a little bit of work to grind them down and to slide the hose over, but these machine ones are actually pretty sweet, and so I thought I would get some. I bought 4 of them, and I got some more connectors. So what you do is you hook the hose onto that end right there. It's this silicone hose right here, and then you thread it onto the end of one of these fittings, and you get a nice non-stressed fitting that works out really well. So anyway, I'm going to make another hose up and kind of make sure everything fits, and wheel this puppy outside onto the patio for my brew on Saturday. And I'll do a little footage of the brew and let you guys know how it goes. Well, it's brew day. I've got the setup completely put together. I did some testing. You'll notice I have my control box here. I hope you can see that. The sun's kind of bright. Set up with a nice long 50-foot black extension cord. I cut down to 30 feet just so I could plug it in directly into my ground fault outlet here on the patio. I've got some water heating right now with my 10-gallon Blickman. I tested out all these valves, make sure they didn't leak. And what I discovered very quickly, which I was concerned about, is using these ball valves for gas flow is kind of a little bit not precise enough, I guess is the best way to put it. So what I'm doing is I'm retrofitting back in my original, the shadow here, my original needle valves, which actually fit right on top of these cutoff valves, which is kind of nice. And then I'll be able to adjust very finely the amount of gas that goes out of the burners. These things, you can definitely kind of overdo it a little bit with gas. But overall, it looks pretty good so far. Kind of shakedown here, just kind of testing things out. I'm brewing a Hefeweizen today, and I've got an IPA also, 2 batches. I don't know if I'll get both of them done today. If I don't, well, there's always tomorrow. So anyway, that's the build. So far so good. I really like the switches and the pumps. I haven't tested out chilling and all that, obviously, but that's coming. So I'll try to cut a couple more videos and let you see how it progresses.